Hey, what's up guys? So I guess all of us know that it's basically been hell trying to get the new consoles, both the Xbox Series X or the PS5. Now, I personally do not support scalpers, so I kind of had to wait, and I was lucky enough to snag one from Walmart. I have tried maybe an infinite number of times, so if you're trying, good luck. Today we're going to be talking about a few things that you need to know before getting the PS5, and even if you have one, these are some of the things you probably didn't know. First things first, the TV. Now, everybody seems to think that you need an 8K TV to get a PS5. I'm going to come out and say this is completely untrue because, firstly, the PS5 isn't even outputting 8K right now. Sony has said they're coming out with an update later on that's going to allow the PS5 run at 8K, but right now it runs at 4K and a maximum of 120 Hz. But even when it comes out at 8K, I'm pretty sure it's only going to be running at maybe 30 FPS and a maximum of 60. So because of my preference, I went with the LG NanoCell. It's a pretty good buy. I guess that it's worth every penny, honestly, because the colors are good, the TV is big enough, and at the same time, it runs 120 Hz. Now for those that are considering to get a budget buy, you can go for the TCL. It's a Series 4. You can any of the sizes, they all run at 120 Hz. Now, why did I even say high refresh rate was a big deal for me? Personally, I've noticed that with the high refresh rate, it seems to give the idea or the belief that it has less input lag. I personally have not tested it, but most of the time when I'm playing at 120 Hz in comparison to 60 Hz, you tend to be able to react faster. Now, onto the main attraction, that is the controller. Now, I say main attraction because the controller has come out to be the most jaw-dropping thing that came out of the PS5. It has adaptive triggers, it has haptic feedback. Everything about this controller is basically new. Every single game you play will have a different haptic feedback. The only game I've played that really does make use of the haptic feedback very well is Astroworld. Every other game has their own vibration motors, and the vibrations are kind of okay, ranging from COD to other games. But Astroworld is the only game I've noticed that Sony really worked on to be able to input and be able to use all of the vibration motors, all of the haptics, and also to be able to use the adaptive triggers. As you can see, the adaptive triggers basically is when it shows some form of resistance as you're pressing the trigger, and this can be used in racing games, FPSs. So as I said, the only game that really makes use of the haptic feedback very well, or the adaptive triggers haptic feedback very well, is Astroworld. Whenever you're trying to pull something, you can feel the vibrations in the controller. Even when you're walking, you can feel the vibrations in the controller, and it shakes as if you were in the game. It basically brings a new level of immersion to the PS5. This is one thing that I feel like the PS5 is using to put ahead of all the other consoles, the controller. Now, I've also noticed that a couple of games have started coming out with extra high definition graphics, and these games are typically PS4 titles that are trying to run and look clearer on the PS5. Games that I've seen, like games like COD, Apex Legends, Fortnite, some of them have come out with some nice high definition graphics. They are basically like downloadable packs for it to look clearer and for it to look better on the PS5. But generally the graphics on PS4 titles is not that much of an increase in the graphics changes, mostly because we already had 4K on the PS4 Pro. So the only difference now is to be able to run that 4K at 120 Hz. PS5 is actually backwards compatible, but it's only backwards compatible up to the PS4. You can't actually get any PS3 games or PS2 or any of those PS1 onlys. So you're only going to be able to play your PS4 games. I have already backed up most of my PS4 stuff onto my PS5, and now you can play all of your PS5 games, whether it's digital or physical copies. So there are two ways to actually, station your PS5. You can either station it right way up, or you can lay it on its side. Either way, PS5 has actually put some nice little touches so you can actually know how to do either one. And it's pretty obvious, I guess, once you see it. Question is it worth the wait? Or do you get it now? If you're one of the people that had already planned to get the PS5, and the only thing that is stopping you right now is the fact that it's out of stock, then keep on trying to get it. Or if you're kind of like on the wall and you have maybe you have a PS4 Pro and you're on the wall thinking whether you should upgrade yet, I would advise that you just wait for a bit. Mostly because most of the time when new consoles come out, we typically discover bugs. As you saw, the PS5 actually came out with a couple of bugs and had to release an update which patched most of the bugs. Personally, I've not seen any bugs as I've been using it, but I'm pretty sure that a couple of things will still come up, which is why a lot of people usually don't buy first-gen consoles. So I'd advise that if you're on the wall, just stay on the wall and wait it out. After a while, the PS5 prices will go down and everybody will be able to get their PS5. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and leave a comment down below of what you think about the PS5 and whether you're going to be getting one or not. Thank you.